What up, what up, what up, everybody? I was just talking and realized my incorrect mic was selected, but how's everybody doing? I had a great weekend. I did some live music, did brunch, played some guitar, caught up with some friends, went on a date. I had a good weekend. What did you all do this weekend? Did you have a good time? Did you get out of the charts? Did you stay out of the charts? Did you stay in the charts? Were you buying and selling? Let me know what you're doing in chat. Throw a 1 in chat if you're feeling grateful this beautiful Monday morning. We're going to be a little bit shorter stream today. I have to run to the airport. I'm flying to Vermont this afternoon, right after the stream. But we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be doing a lot of TA. So everybody, we got 25 people in the room. Everybody in the room should be hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, dinging the bell. Get involved. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today with a lot of charts to go over. I'm looking forward to breaking this all down with each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to everybody that's here on a daily basis. I see you. It's got Sawtooth Hiker, Alex Green, Alexander G, Randall Dance, Crimson Caravan Company, Granny's Garden, Dimple, Paul, B-Team Crypto, Corey Tweedy, Rafiq Gafoor. Who else we got? Donato Cabrera, Kingston Crows. Who else we got? One Liner, 1-2, Donald Massey, maybe a Band-Aid. I'm George 2, Karen Swagart Harris. Got all the usual suspects in here earlier. Tyler Durden, how you doing? Brad Guidell, Isaac 95, Hank and Harley. Got everybody in here. Big love to everybody that shows up on a daily basis. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We got a lot to talk about today. We're getting that pre-stream going. Let me know what coins. You guys are the super early birds. You're the super duper early birds. Let me know what coins you want to cover today. We're going to be doing a lot of TA. We're going to be talking about, is this a bear trap or is it down we go? Hit your answer in the poll. I did a poll earlier, so make sure you're responding in there. Let me know what you think, where price is going. Very well could be a very bullish setup that's brewing. It also could be a massive setup for further downside. So we're going to dive into all that and more today. So let's get this going. We're going to be going in about 10 minutes or so. Roy Strobel, Jason Rohde, Fat and Tri-Fi, Tenacious B, Cade Pullman. We got everybody in the house. GS, good morning all. Good morning to you. I gotta admit how dumb I just realized I was. It's not Fat and Tradfi, it's probably Fade and Tri-Fi. Makes a lot more sense. Seen a lot of people talk about AMP lately in the chats. I don't mean like influencers or analysts. People in chat are asking about AMP a lot, so we can look at AMP, sure. Kyle Owen, what's up? Woo! Indie Rock Crypto. If you guys aren't checking out Indie Rock Crypto and Peninsulas, they got they put out music pretty regularly, really good stuff. Check them out. Man, I'm feeling good today. I hope you're all feeling good. As you're piling in, everybody, we got 56 people in the room, 41 likes. Everybody hit that like on the way in. You're here early. Show some love to the channel. Let YouTube know that you like crypto content. We're going to be getting going here in just a moment. Am I still bullish on Cody? Yeah, I'm bullish on Cody. I think they got a great protocol, adding a lot of stuff to the Cardano blockchain. I think Cardano is going to be one of those sleepers in terms of the whole ecosystem when it really starts to pump. I think it's going to, when Cardano really starts to get let loose, I think the rest of the Cardano ecosystem is really going to perform well. Talk about that a little bit today. Jeanette, how you doing? Nick Shepard, Doc Williams, 111. Riding with beads. Crypto naughty. You so naughty, boy. You so naughty. Justin Eubanks, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Yo, back to you. Good morning. Dimple Paul, how you doing? We got the whole crew in here. I love each and every one of you, especially appreciate you all showing up early. Again, you all let me know. Throw in 2 coins in chat. Everybody in the room right now. We got 65 people. Everybody in the room. Throw 2 coins you'd like to see some TA on. If we see, if I know that there's something brewing on them, or if we see a lot of people, even if it's a coin I haven't heard of, if we see a lot of people talking about it or posting that, then we'll try and get to the TA on that. We're gonna be doing a lot of TA today. Again, I'm not gonna be going all the way to 11:30, 11:35 like I usually do. Gonna be cutting it short just after 11. So very short, little at the beginning. We'll be talking a little bit about some of the news, very brief, and then we're gonna be jumping right into the charts. We're gonna be talking about this. Is this a further pullback expected, or is this a bear trap, for instance, or is this a bullish flush out of liquidity before we go back up? What do you think? Let me know. Throw it in the poll that's up above. I see ICP, I see Doge, I see XRP, I see Matic, I see Near, I see Matic, I see Algo. I see a lot of Matics. It's good. ADA, XLM. We're gonna be doing a lot of turbo TA today, baby. Rocket Pool, Injective, Near, AVAX. I'm gonna try and go through as many as possible. A mellow fellow, Doug Yoder, Granny's Garden, Montgomery Blevins, Ian Calgren, Richard Choi, Crypto Brat. Shout out to everybody showing up early. We got 70 people in the house, 53 likes. We should be having 1 for 1 for all you early birds. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join our community, ding that bell, baby. We're gonna be getting going here in 3 minutes. On the poll currently, it's looking like 64% of you are thinking down, down we go. 36% currently show yes, bulls will rock it now. Let's see what the charts are telling us. We're gonna be breaking this down today. Signals, targets, TA, brief look at the news right at the beginning. But we got to figure out what the hell we're going to do with these charts. We got to figure out what the smartest strategy is, how we can hedge our bets. So everybody get involved. We got 80 people in the house, 60 likes. Everybody hit that like button. We're getting going here in under about 2 minutes. Eric Ward says this is a fake out to liquidate the longs and the shorts when everyone switch, then run back up to 31,000. Well, let's see what the charts say. At least my interpretation doesn't mean my interpretation is right. That's why it's good for you all to do your diligence. Listen to multiple people, understand technical analysis, understand price action, understand volume, so that you can make an informed decision when you're making trades, not being caught by your emotionality of a moment of fear or greed. There will be video in 30 seconds. We're getting this going here in just a moment. This is a pre-stream 10 to 10:15 where we have people in the room. We're chatting. I'm reading all your messages. All you early birds, it's when I ask, as I did before, what TA you want to do, what coins. So we're going to be getting started here in a moment. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're tuned in from. Throw in chat right now if you're watching live. If you're watching later, that's okay. Throw in chat down below where you are tuned in from. I like to see what cities and states, countries, how far we're getting this reach with all of you here in BitLab Academy. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time, I can guarantee you it's not going to be your last time. My name's Kellam. Welcome to the show. We're going to get into it rather quickly today because I'm going to have to leave for the airport. I'm heading to Vermont today. I'll be streaming from Vermont the rest of the week, but I'm flying out right after the stream. So if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell, get involved with the community here at BitLab. How's everybody doing? How you looking? How you feeling? Okay, we got Texas, baby. You know, I'm originally from Texas. We got Nashville, California, Oregon, Raleigh, Long Island, Chicago, Idaho, Lubbock, Texas, Baltimore, Michigan, Chattanooga, SoCal. We got the whole Midwest. Apparently, real reality objectively is from the entire Midwest. I applaud you for that. You spread yourself quite thin, I suppose. Colorado, Cali, NorCal, and North Carolina, the center of the universe, I see. Screwston, Texas. I'm originally from Houston. Went to Cy Creek, baby. Dallas, Texas, West Michigan. Let's get into it, everybody. We don't got a lot of time. We're going to jump right into it today. We got 98 concurrent viewers right now. Actually 106, only 71 likes. What are you doing? If you're watching, hit that like button. If you're on mobile, exit out of the chat, hit the like button, jump back into chat. If you're watching anywhere else, if you're watching over on the Hit Network or anywhere else, make sure that you head over to the BitLab Academy YouTube page. Come give us a follow. It is right here at youtube.com/@ BitLab Academy, or you can just search BitLab Academy here and you'll find us. We're pushing over 8,000 now. That's right. I haven't seen any other crypto YouTube channel in history get to, and we still have modest numbers, but we've grown 8,000 subscribers in the matter since the beginning of the year. We started this channel right around the end of January, beginning of February. And I thank each and every one of you for being a part of this community. None of you are followers. You're all part of something bigger. What are we doing? We're breaking down, we're bridging that gap of crypto and trading from pro back to beginner, from beginner to pro. So we break down all the alpha, but we also try to throw in some lessons along the way to make sure you understand what the hell we're talking about. Because I remember when I started years ago, it was actually even pre-crypto, and there wasn't really a lot of YouTube content yet. It's like listening to a foreign language when you hear somebody, if you're just starting talking about support and resistance and fibs and Bollinger Bands and longs and shorts. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So we try to break that down for you by sharing that alpha. Now coming over here, let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Make sure you're giving me a follow right here at Kelly Kellam. Look for the blue check, look for the hit logo. If you're not following me, what are you doing? Kelloy, Kellam. I only share this specifically because there's so many fake accounts out there. Make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy page. Follow us here at Academy BitLab. Hit that like, hit that retweet button. Make sure you're following us. This is going to change soon, but I think still for this week, we basically use these. Those of you that are following, you retweet and you like these tweets, that enters you to win. We draw every Friday. We've given away hundreds of dollars. We've given away lifetime memberships. We've given away indicators. We've given away all kind of stuff. So let's get involved. We've got 124 people in the room, 82 likes. Everybody in the room right now, hit the like button. Let's get that up over 100. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling generous. If we get over 220 likes on today's stream, I will do a giveaway today on today's specific, we'll draw specifically only from those of you that are supporting this tweet today. Now, again, if you haven't, make sure you're checking out bitlabacademy.com. You can still, the coupon code, I was going to turn it off, but I was like, what the hell? Why not provide people the opportunity to get that discount? So if you come over here, if you click enroll now, right here, you'll see you have three options. There's a free option if you're just trying to get the basics. Why is this not going to the page? There we go. You can sign up for free right here. This is Bitcoin Blockchain 101, as well as a crypto beginners course. You can sign up for the all access right here. This gives you access to the premium Discord, as well as all the courses we currently have. Over 120 lessons and growing. I'm currently in the process right now of filming a bunch more content that's going to be released here very shortly. You get access to that as well, again, as a premium Discord. If you sign up for this, you can use Give Me 30 for 30% off your first month. When you're signing up, you just put it in the coupon area, apply, and you get 30% off your first month. You can also get access right here. Sign up to the BitLab Pro. You get access to all of our indicators, the whole BitLab trading stack, as well as the premium Discord, as well as all access to all the course content. And there's going to be some new stuff, some new offerings, value offerings we're going to be providing for BitLab Pro members here very soon. So get involved, sign up today, get everything. This is about a 30% discount of everything that we have on a monthly basis, so people aren't spending more than $100 a month. A lot of great alpha in here. So let's go ahead and dive in here. I just want to preface today, it is Monday. It's a very big week in markets. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit what it is. We got S&P Flash, U.S. manufacturing PMI. This is the main point. The U.S. manufacturing PMI producers manufacturing index, I believe it is. U.S. services PMI. We also have home price index. We also have consumer confidence coming out tomorrow. We have the FOMC meeting starting tomorrow and wrapping up Wednesday. FOMC meeting, everybody is expecting. What are they expecting? They're expecting 99.8% are expecting another rate increase of 25%. The whole story here is going to be wrapped up in what is the talking point, what is the narrative, what is the tonality of the press conference that follows the FOMC meeting. I think if we get a 25%, not 25%, a quarter percent hike. It's not a 25% hike. That would just completely crush every market in the world. A 0.25% hike would basically be par for the course. Everybody is expecting it. The question is going to be, what is going to be the tone of the press conference, the talking points? what they discuss about potentially pausing, etc. Now, the caveat with this is currently Jerome Powell, I mean, over the last year has been very hawkish, basically suggesting a very tightened approach to what they want to do in regards to inflation and interest rates, and when and where and why they're going to either pause, meaning stop doing interest rates, or potentially at some point cut. Cutting is not in the cards in the near future, as per the talking points that he has had up until this point. Now, the question is going to be, how hawkish is he going to be on Wednesday at that press conference at 2 p.m. Eastern time? Or is he going to be very, very, is he very, very attached to ignoring the current data that suggests that inflation is coming down? But remember, the inflation is coming down as opposed to where it was 12 months ago, right? And 12 months ago, inflation was quite high. So we're not getting back to the prices that we had pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, pre-economic shutdown. We have to be aware of that, one. And two, just because we've had a couple months of good data doesn't suggest, this is Jerome Powell's argument and a lot of the members of the Fed, just doesn't mean that inflation is just fixed and it's just going to continue going down. Because if they take the foot off the gas, if they take their foot off the pressure that has been bringing inflation down, it very easily could go right back up. Because we're seeing a lot of data that everybody's still spending a lot of money. There's a lot of liquidity in markets. It doesn't mean there's increased global liquidity. What I'm saying there is people are still spending like crazy. We're seeing record levels of people flying, traveling. I think part of this must be a little bit cultural, socio-cultural, being that the world shut down. Remember this. The world shut down in March of 2020, and I lived in New York at the time. I only recently moved to Atlanta in the this last month, but the world shut down. So this sort of awareness of the frailty of life and the, what it is that makes us happy and what it is we want to do. I think that socioculturally has somewhat changed people's relationship with their budgets, with their money, with how they're spending, why they're spending, when they're spending. And I think that's not being reflected or really being considered by the Fed, because it seems right now like we just, the world, the US still has all this money. Well, if they have all this money, remember, people are going to buy things. And if there's a demand to buy things, that drives prices up. So regardless of the inflation data coming down on PMIs and CPIs and stuff like that, if the economic landscape becomes easier to navigate because interest rates start coming down, does that also mean that people are going to be spending more money? Is lending from banks going to go up? And if lending from banks goes up, that means there's more liquidity. And then does that mean more money? I think these are all the things that Jerome Powell is trying to consider. We want to talk about Bitcoin. We want to know what the hell's going on with crypto assets. I know that. But we got to pay attention to these factors, because this is going to drive the risk narrative over the next year. So let's go ahead and dive through a couple of these things. And then we're going to be going through a lot of TA. I'm going to be wrapping up a little bit after 11, so about 35 minutes. So let's get through it. So we got all this stuff coming in. We got the GDP coming in, durable goods orders, initial jobless claims. This is going to be an amazingly important data point, because one of the things, the question is Jerome Powell really waiting for the economy to get so tight that there are reductions in the workforce, that we do see jobless claims go up, because this also is an indicator that there's going to be less liquidity in the markets in time to come. Why? Because less people are working, so therefore people are tighter on their budgets. If they do see, their friends or family or other people losing their jobs and their positions, then that also indicates that they're going to be tightening their budgets as well. Now we also see retail inventories. We got a lot of stuff this week. PCE, employment cost index, consumer sentiment. We have so much going on this week, and it all hinges a larger part around the FOMC meeting starting tomorrow, wrapping up Wednesday. I did the private, yes, for BitLab members only. Where do you become a member? Right over here at BitlabAcademy.com. If you're a BitLab Pro member or an All Access member, either one of these, you have access to the BitLab Premium Discord, and you still get access to the Discord on the free, but it's a very limited scope. The Premium Discord, I'm doing private member streams. We only had 6 people show up last night. So if you want to really get involved with the stream where you get near one-on-one interaction, get involved in these BitLab streams. that we're doing. I did a BitLab member stream last night. We talked about the end of the week, you know, the weekly close, what's it looking like for different assets coming into this next week. So looking here, I just want to kind of highlight this further before we dive into the Bitcoin and altcoin charts. But first here, this is small bank lending is poised for big weakening. And what is this suggesting right here? Deposits are coming down strong. Look at this. Loans and leases are lagging the deposits. Why is this? Because if you have less liquidity in the bank, you have less of other people's money to loan out. So if we're seeing a huge contraction in deposits in banks, is this an indication of a potential recession coming? I don't know, but it's something we should be definitely paying attention to. Game of Trades, follow this individual if you have not yet. Game of Trades _ shares a lot of really great economic trading stock information, especially, yes, we want altcoins, we want Bitcoin, we want the digital assets, but this is what gives us that edge. This is what gives us that secret sauce about where the risk narrative in markets is going. Now, bankruptcy filings moving up. Look at this. Look at this. This is a pretty sharp increase right here. Of course, we had a lot of bankruptcies here. This was March 2020. Okay. Look at 2008. Kind of had this also, you know, basically choppiness on the way up. Are we going to break this level here? Think about how bad the economy is doing in 2020. We don't feel like it's doing bad now, but look at the spike in bankruptcies. Is it just a charade? Yes, the entire economy is an absolute charade of just fake numbers. And what's happening right now in the economy with the traditional assets pumping as they are, when every economic indicator that's available suggests that we should be entering a pretty noticeable recession, is something we should pay attention to when we're trying to invest in Bitcoin and altcoins. Because if the risk narrative flips right now, we've had a lot of liquidity pumping into AI narratives, tech stocks, you know, the Fantastic Seven, those, you know, Meta, Google, Amazon, Tesla. I think Nvidia's in there. There's a few other, but we're seeing this spike in bankruptcies, and we're also at the FOMC meeting this week, and we also have a question about, is there true sustainable buying pressure behind all these assets that are moving up? Because if those Fantastic Seven, if those big tech stocks start reversing and having a huge retrace, it's going to take the entire traditional finance sector down with it. And in so doing, it's going to turn off the risk narrative for Bitcoin. So this is why we want to pay attention to this. Now, coming over here, this is a Colin Talks Crypto. Let's go ahead and look at this. It says Bitcoin looks to have a fair chance of dropping to around 27,000.3, where there is a confluence of what? A strong support range of previous price action. We see this right here. We also see where the 200-week moving average, this pink line, is the 200-day daily moving average, blue. Looks like this is coming up for a little bit of a weekly and daily. These two different 200, moving averages coming up into the zone. Now the question is, have you all hit that poll? There's a poll up here. It says, is this a bear trap? Yes, bulls will rock it now, or no, down we go. 135 of you have hit that poll. We got 178 in the room and only 101 likes. Everybody in the room, hit that like button right now. Get involved with our community. Now, and subscribe to us. That we still have about 60% of you that watch every day that are not subscribed. Now, this is how I feel right down over here. Now, getting over to this chart as well, though, this one is suggesting obviously an interim sort of pullback. Does this mean there's no bullishness? It absolutely means there's still bullishness. There's still structure that can be held and maintain a bullish uptrend that we are in since the beginning of the year. Is this frustrating having 3 weeks completely sideways, or 5 weeks, whatever it is? It's frustrating, but in all, what does this mean? It means bulls are they're towing the line. They might get a little weak, and we're seeing this right here, but when we look at the broader picture, this is from Trader Tardigrade, says repeats the same price structure as 2013 to 2018. See this push up, the top, pullback, a retrace, rejection around the 618, pullback, come down here, retest it, comes down to this zone, this previous high, retest it a third time and launches. Now in this case, we have this previous all-time high. We have the new all-time high, retrace up, actually got higher, but came down, tap, tap. Are we going to get another tap, or is this just going to go? Either way, there's bullish structure, understanding that the halving is coming. The halving is coming in March or April of next year. We have so much bullishness coming with the ETFs, Blurry Fink, all this. But before we get into that on the charts, I just want to point out right here, we also have the long-term holders control 75% of the Bitcoin supply. What does this mean? They're controlling 75% because long-term holders, they are holding. They're long-term holders because they're holding longer than 155 days. A lot of them a lot longer than that. But the point being is there's statistics that Glassnode has run over the last several years, and it has shown that once somebody holds past 155 days, they tend to be in that strong hand category. They buy and sell on strategy. They're not buying and selling on emotional trigger points. So the fact that we have over 75% of the circulating supply, it's like 14.52 million, we can see right here, being held by long-term holders, AKA strong hands, and we're at a level that it feels a little frustrating, but we know that the majority of the market is strong holders. We want to make sure that we don't start seeing a large sell-off from this cohort. That's what we want to pay attention to. Now, this is something that we need to pay attention to. We talked about Larry Fink. We talked about the ETFs. We've talked about all this good news. Well, it is a little concerning. This is a little bit of a note for the bears. It's a little bit concerning that we have held at this level here. This is basically the ETF news. We would not really convincingly break past all-time highs. Do we get wicks above? Sure. But we pushed up to this level and are now consolidated across. This is on the weekly. Let's come to the daily. Let's double click on this. Let's see how long this was. Okay, 31 bars. So about 4 weeks. We've held this level. Now look at this fall. And what do you know? What is this that I marked out at the beginning of last week? Everybody was calling me a bear on BitBoy Crypto when I was doing TA. What happens? Price takes some time to resolve into the directions it wants to go, especially to capture liquidity. So this has been holding up here. The longer it holds, the weaker the conviction of the bulls gets and the stronger the conviction of the bears gets. What happens? Look at this. We break this trend line right here. We come back up, we tap it once, we tap it twice, and then we break these lows right there. We break these lows of the candles immediately preceding it. So not only do we break these lows, but we're coming down, and where do we know where we think we're going to go? Well, what we did here, this 382, this 0.5, and this 618, this is the fib numbers. If I do Option F or come over here and click on the fib retracement, I do Option F because it's a lot faster. We can see we have the 382, we have the 0.5, and we have the 618. Interestingly, all of these Fibonacci levels are perfectly correlated with known previous levels. Golden pocket comes across, this is these highs here. 0.5 come across, this is this high here. We have this zone right in here. This 382 come across, we have all these levels right in here. See this zone? If I were to draw this across, so we got rejections here. See, rejection, rejection, a little bit of a bounce here, a little bit of a bounce here, a little bit of trouble here, comes down, finds support, loses it, and we come over here. Well, why is price currently at this level? Well, the question is, can this price hold this level? And if it doesn't hold this level, is it over bye-bye bears? Is it over bye-bye bulls? No, we still have these two levels, and we know that the 618 is a very prominent Fibonacci retracement zone. It's the golden pocket, 618 to 65. It's actually just below this right here, but I have this here front running the golden pocket as a target because of where all this price action that is here kind of eats up into this zone. We see where my cursor comes across. And people are aware broadly of the golden pocket. Not everybody in the market. every one of you is aware of it, and everybody else that watch, especially crypto Twitter, especially anybody else that's traded anything, they're aware of the high hit rate of pullbacks and bullish trends to a golden retrace to then bounce here. This is a flush of liquidity, flushing out the longs and then launching up. Why do I say flushing out the longs? Well, if we come over here to coinglass.com, come over here to liquidations, go to liquidation right here, or liquidation map. But look in here, we can see we had $153 million in longs. I mean, there was actually 127 millions in longs wrecked, but we could see 127 million in longs wrecked, 26 millions in shorts. What does this mean? Longs are people that are buying, expecting price to go higher. Shorts are people that are buying a sell trade. So they're selling on some amount of leverage, whether it's, you know, it could even be 1x, but you can sell a short at a price point, and you're selling it saying, I'm buying a contract here, betting on my analysis that the price is going to go down. So if you buy at 10,000, the price goes down to 8,000, then you can collect at that 8,000 and you collect that $2,000 difference. So does that make sense? So that's a very simplified way to talk about it, but we break all this down in BitLab Academy. So come over here, get involved, use that code, give me 30 for 30% off your first month here at the I Want All Access right here. Now, this is important because what we're seeing is when we're looking at this data, that longs and shorts are getting wrecked. This is people just throwing money at the wall right now. Especially we can see the longs getting wrecked, which is excellent. It's excellent in my opinion, because I don't want people to get wrecked, no. But what it does, it's like, think of it like a naturally occurring forest fire. When you have the underbrush burned out, that land actually becomes more fertile it's basically like a nature cleansing mechanism. So when we're looking in markets and we see all this liquidation data, you are getting rid of all these people going exuberantly, betting exuberantly in price in one direction. It makes the market come back to be more stable and be trading with more strategy and less gambling, if I will. So that's just important to note. Now, we could talk about WorldCoin, but I don't really care about this. This is OpenAI. Sam Altman is launching WorldCoin. It's tied in with, you know, essentially talking about AI is coming. We need a way to verify. We need a digital asset that also is verifiable, that is human use. So they're scanning irises and stuff like this. Now, I think this is all well and good. It's going to be interesting to see where this all goes. But my question is, everything is math and numbers. So even if they scan your iris, it's going to come up with some sort of unique algorithm, a unique data set that, you know, based on the print of your irises. What's to stop artificial intelligence from creating a fake read of an iris, right? To basically fake themselves. So I don't know how I feel about this. I think it's probably going to do well because it's tied in with OpenAI, but this has pumped dramatically over the last couple days. However, actually, this isn't what pumped. The X coin is what pumped from the rebranding of Twitter. This, if you are a U.S. citizen, you can't even get involved with this because you can go and pre-register, but you can't buy if you're a U.S. citizen. But this is likely going to have a lot of liquidity pour into it once it really gets going. So this is just something to keep an eye on. We'll talk more about this in later streams. I'm limited today, so I want to get to the TA. So just looking at the broader markets really quick on crypto. Let's see, last 24 hours, Flex coin up. Wow, this made it all the way to the top 100. And you know what's interesting about this? Somebody pointed out, if we come here, we look at historical data. I did not look at this myself, but I want to. Look at this. Got $800 in trading volume. This means that this is not a liquid asset. If you go and try and trade this or buy or sell on a market order, you could probably dramatically change the price because there's no buy and sell orders on this. So there's something kind of hinky going on about this, going on here. Yesterday, there was only $2,400 traded and it made it into the top 100. Pay attention to this. Don't just look at price. Price is the last thing you look at when you're trading. You want to look at price action, sure, But price is just a number that's reflective of what the speculative value is agreed upon on markets when people are trading. So pay attention to the data sets beyond just looking at the price of an asset. Now, Bitcoin, we have this target down here. Is this a bull trap? Sorry, a bear trap? I don't know, but this is looking, if we come over here to the 3-day, I just want you to pay attention to this. Down here on the BitLab Trend Fuel, down here, if I take my face off so you can see the whole thing, this is all this is going to be part of the BitLab trading stack when we launch all the new updates. Let me come over here like this. We got the BitLab. So you see the BitLab volume, we got these order blocks right here. This is falling into basically like a support order block. These order blocks attract liquidity back into them. We can tell by this candle too, there's a lot of volume here. So it makes sense that this comes down to this order block and sort of, eats up this sort of vector candle and come into the zone. The problem I have with this is looking at it without looking at any of the fibs and anything, the price action rolled over here. We lost these levels. We came up and tested this level and also lost. Price action is now also below this, the EMA ribbon in here. That's here, all these small little lines. I don't know if you can see them. But then we also have this dynamic support zone that this fell right through. In addition to this, look at these momentum waves. If we come right here, this is going to turn on all the lines. We got quite a bit of a trend like this. You see this? This is a bearish divergence over multiple mini cycles here. So this is getting higher and somewhat higher, and these are getting lower and lower and lower. So there's less and less momentum into this zone. So this is concerning. Now this is on the 3-day. What does it look like on the 4-hour? 4-hour, okay. 4-hour, it looks like we are trying to continue this move to the downside. Why is let me see, labels. There it is. I was looking at the wrong damn thing. So we got 1 hour left on this 4-hour candle. I'd like to see this. If this is going to be the bullish case, and by the way, I would find this very bullish. If price action comes down to this zone, this 382, and this is the retracement, and it finds support here, comes back up, we'll have some interaction on the way up, of course, up here at 29.8, also at 30,200, 30,300. If it comes back up here, we very well could see, because we could see this momentum coming down, large expansion in momentum to the downside. We could tell by this candle. But then on this candle, if this resolves sideways and even chops here, we could see a Bart Simpson pattern and then very quick move back to the upside, and then slowly work our way back up into the zone. That's one scenario. The other scenario is if this sort of creates some sort of bear flag and then continues on further down. If this continues on further down, then we know our next level is down here, basically 28.2 to 28.5 sort of zone, which is previous highs, as well as a 0.5, which is this zone right here. If we can actually go like this, that would be the next target. Now the next target would be down here in this zone here. We could actually move this blue up, because if we could all the way, if we lose. Come on, bastard. There we go. If we lose this massive trend line right here, see this boom, 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 we could draw this out just a little bit. Yeah. So I would want this to bounce somewhere in the zone with only on a 4-hour basis, only really a wick or within one candle being down below this line, coming back up into it. Otherwise, I do think we'll be seeing further downside. Remember, if we come back over here to Colin Talks Crypto, he's talking about 27,300, because all of these moving averages, as well as this previous support zone here, where would $27,300 be? $27,300 would be right, look at this. This is right in the middle of this 618. Actually, I need to put this down here. Right in the middle of the 618. So if we do dip down into this and tap this zone and push out of this rather quickly, that could still be safe on the bullish narrative. However, if we push down this, push up to this, have a weak attempt to the upside and continue down, then that's a whole nother story. We need to pay attention to that. But right now, there's nothing super bearish about everything going on. It looks like, you know, price action, push up, pullback, push up, pullback, push up, pullback. These are getting smaller. It feels like these are getting tighter in time frame, except this is an expansion in the length, but this doesn't go as deep. But we have this rising level of support. And we look at this right here. This is on the 4 hour. This is sexy right here. We see this right here. If I turn this into a white line so we can see it. There we go. So we could see on this momentum push to the downside, weaker push to the downside, weaker push to the downside. You get the point here. So the question is going to be on this right here. Is this going to be a small little dip negative right here? It's already coming down a little bit. We see this red one right here. Are we going to catch this right here and then have a moonshot? Very possible, because what's also happening right now is this is triggering all those perma bears, the crypto savvies of the world, that are saying, okay, this is a move we're looking for. And on, you know, small retracement up, a lot of shorts maybe starting to get put in, and then a little bit of an attempt down, and then market makers and the, you know, institutions and everything else push the price a little bit higher, flush those shorts out, and get a very quick move back to the upside. So there's a lot going on here with this. On the 4 hour chart, this is looking like it's trying to bounce, and it makes sense because look at this. Expansion with price action to the downside, and look how little momentum that took. This is longs getting liquidated, so there wasn't a lot of momentum behavior that aggregated, that showed that there was a lot of concerted effort to push this down. This is liquidations. So what is this going to do in the next few hours? We want this to hold this zone. On the bullish case of this pullback, the most bullish, coming down to this 382, we would like it to hold this zone, either consolidate here and then push up, a little pullback and then push up, or consolidate here and Bart Simpson back up to the zone and then move up. Again, if we get that bear flag, if this just consolidates like this, let's go down to the 30-minute. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this is looking even, this is on the bullish side. Why is this bullish? Because when you see chart formations like this angled to the downside, they're pointing down, they typically break up. So this is not quite a falling wedge, because this, I mean, it's boom, boom, it doesn't oscillate like this, but the structure is the same. It's looking a bit like a bear flag. However, this is the bullish side of a bear flag, if that makes sense, because this does have a bullish structure on this flag aspect of it. So it's less of a flag and more of a falling position, looking like it will try to break out to the upside. So what we want to watch for on this is a breakout to the upside to only get rejected to come back down. That would be a bearish case here. So as it stands right now, looking at the 30-minute, it looks like it may resolve a little longer, and we have, look at this, it's pushing into this EMA ribbon right here. So we want to see this come up into this zone, likely get rejected into this this trend line as it extrapolates out, come down a little bit, find some support in this zone, and then work its way back up. That would be the most bullish case. Let's see what happens, because we do see the momentum right here. We got our green diamond here, which is showing that the expansion of the downside is now flipping to a contraction, meaning the pressures are starting to resolve themselves into this zone, coming back towards the zero line. So that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum really quick on Ethereum. Look at this, man, that's why we're on the 30-minute. Okay. Double click. Now expand. Okay, this is coming right down in this liquidity zone, this order block. You see these order blocks, these green order blocks automatically printed from the BitLab volume. Let me turn on the volume delta. We can see the buys and the sells. A lot of sell pressure here. We see this point of control, lost this. We actually came up and tested it, rejected back down. We're finding support down here at these levels. What levels? Where this bounce. This wick past it into this liquidity zone, ate up that liquidity and bounced. So on the 4 hour, we'd like, this is looking like it's trying to roll over here. Let's get down a little tighter. Let's get a little bit better resolution. Shout out to everybody in chat right now. We got 248 people in the house, 139 likes. Again, if we get over 220 likes by 11 o'clock, we will be doing a giveaway. So just everybody hit that like button. Let me pull my face back up on the chart. We're using, if anybody's wondering what these indicators are, this is the upgraded version of the BitLab Trading Stack, which is all going to be released for everybody that has BitLab Pro or just the BitLab Trading Stack by itself. It's going to be all new stuff here, a lot more consolidated so you can see everything. But we can see, look at this. We have this volume candles up, and then basically a reversal, sort of stopping volume reversal candle here. This is yellow. And then we reversed immediately. We can see right here, same thing down. We got a small reversal, but we're getting pressure on this EMA ribbon. This is on the 1 hour, but it does look like it's trying to roll over. This is nice because what we see right here is we have bearish divergence because we have these lower lows there. And if this does roll over, we got a slight case of bullish divergence on the momentum down here. And what I like to see, we do have negative money flow here. That's just purple. Now, what is the stochastics and the RSI and VWAP look like? Turn these on. Stochastics look like they're trying to roll over. RSI looks like it's kind of following a bit of a trend here. We want this RSI to break through to also show that there's underlying strength coming into the market. So we do have the fuel to the buying power to move this up. As it stands right now, this is looking like it's trying to get rejected. The stochastics are also, we can see another line here with the stochastics. It's the orange line. No, that's kind of broken through. So let's delete that. VWAP coming up, trying to roll over. This is looking like it may have another test in this zone, a little bit lower, $10 or $20 down. If we lose this level, especially if we lose the bottom of this wick, which is 1830. If we lose 1830, then I do think we're going lower. Well, where are we going? Let's kind of zoom out just a little bit. 1830, if we, option J. If we lose that level, this is a zone I'd be looking at. I know that's not a good one. If we lose this level, then I'd be looking at coming to the bottom side of this wick here, which is down here at 1816. If we lose that, then I do think we're actually coming much lower. This is not a head and shoulders. Why? Because this is a shoulder. This is a head. This shoulder is much bigger than the head, so it's not a head and shoulders. There is some bullishness here, though, because we do have this price action angled to the downside like this. It's almost like a falling trading channel. It's almost like a falling channel here. And if we do find support here, then I'd like to see this bounce back up and test this zone up here, which is up at the 1880 sort of zone, somewhere in this 1870 to 1880 zone. If we're able to take this, then we can talk about moving higher. Everything's waiting. I would say everything is a little bit hesitant at the moment on the news from the FOMC on Wednesday. So we need to be a little patient here. Even if this drops, we have our level right below us. I want to see if price action comes back into the zone. Now let's go ahead and look at, I'm getting dings in my ear. That's something else. Okay. Let's look at, ADA. I can actually just click over here. What am I doing? 231 people in the house. How you doing? Welcome to the BitLab Academy. If you haven't been here before, everybody head over to the Academy BitLab. This is the BitLab Academy Twitter page. Hit that follow button, hit this retweet, hit this like. This is how you get entered to win. We do giveaways every week. And again, if we get over 220 likes today, everybody in the room right now should be hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, dinging the bell. This is how we draw what the winners are. And of course, if you haven't yet, come give me a follow at Kellam. Let's continue on with our TA. We're going to do some turbo TA here. Cardano, look at this VWAP angled straight down. We broke a new low on the VWAP. This is the yellow line. Stochastics and the RSI both, if we zoom in on this, stochastics and the RSI both have a little bit of a trend line. That's the RSI. This is the stochastics. Excuse me. So we're seeing them getting rejected. I would like to see the RSI is starting to turn. I'd like to see this start making some strong movements to the upside. We're getting a little bit of a contraction here on volatility. Because how do I know that? Because I can see these large waves, smaller wave, smaller wave, large wave, smaller wave. Is this going to be a smaller wave? This is waiting for some news, almost like the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. So get in position, figure out what your strategy is, and realize that there are levels that you can look at to really make sure that you're in the best position for your trade. So we have a trend line right there. We have this this looks like a descending triangle. Descending level of resistance, flat level of support. If this does bounce back up here and get rejected and come back down, I'd be looking for a loss of this level, which would mean we'd be sub 30 again on Cardano. So pay attention to that. I think it's more likely that we'll find a bounce here, and we want to see what happens with price interactivity. If this does bounce, where does it get rejected? At this line, at this line. So that's what I'm seeing. Everything's looking like it's constricting right now. Looking at next one down the list, Adam. What line is this? Let's see if this is even a relevant line. Okay, so yeah, we got a pretty major trend line here all the way back to February. We can see a little bit of some bullish divs here, 5 of them. And we got the move, and we also got the reversal candle, or sorry, the reversal signal right here on the BitLab intelligence that signaled perfect move to the upside. Now it's broken back down at resistance. Makes perfect sense. Question is going to be here. Look at this. We have a new low. So even if we bounce up here, this is indicating there's likely going to be another low. Why? Because we have a new low. If we get a lower high followed by a new low, then that's indication to me that price action will likely come down. If that's the case, then where does it go? Well, I'd be looking, look at where this bounced. This bounced right at this previous high. So if this continues down, test this zone, I'd be looking at actually retesting down at 885. And if we lose that level, then we're coming down into these liquidity zones down here in the lower eights, 830, 825, somewhere in this zone. Because this is also looking like, look at this, rounding top. Now, if we get some really great news and a very nice tone, wonderful tone from Jerome Powell, and he's like, this is our last hike, we're going to revisit this in 3 months, something ridiculous like that, then I think markets will break these structures, right? Even though there's a rounding top, the narrative can change on an instance with massive economical news. So as it stands right now, this is looking like it may try and bounce here again at 885. If it loses this level, then I'm looking down here in these zones down at the mid 830s. If this does bounce here and starts working its way back up, the next level is 930 right here. It's just down to trending level of resistance, descending level of resistance. Now coming over to AVAX. Do we have another one? Okay. AVAX. Okay, this lost this level. Let's go ahead and see if there's another trend line we can draw here. So we've got a bit of a descending trend line here that's been pretty damn good. Is this a falling wedge, or what is this? Kind of was a falling wedge that broke bearish. Top, bounce. See this? Top to bottom to top to bottom to top to lost. Now we can potentially draw a channel here like this, but this is just getting, this is playing a little bit of follow the leader as well. So we can see this level right here, previous low of this range. We did wick past it and come back up into it. So if we're able to hold this zone, I think we'll probably test. If we get rejected at this line right here, if we get rejected on this retest up, if this gets rejected here, then this is an indication it's probably going lower, because it's honoring that this was a falling wedge. Falling wedges tend to break bullish though, so it's interesting that this broke bearish. If this pushes up through this and tests this level, there's a higher likelihood that this will break out if it doesn't get rejected at this level. We do see the momentum is kind of, I mean, it's chopping. Stochastics angled down, RSI is very low. VWAP angled down. Let's look at it on the 1 hour. Okay, momentum. We get a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour. What do I mean? This is a lower low, higher low, and here we have higher low, lower low. Pretty strong divergence there as well, but it's showing some weakness at this level. It's looking like it wants to test back down into the 12 1290s, 1293 or so. So just pay attention to AVAX. It's fallen below the trend signal line and the dynamic resistance. If we keep getting rejected at this level, this is looking like it does want to try and test this zone. The best case I can see for this right now is if this kind of comes like this and this finds a bounce and we create a W pattern. But that's not yet defined unless we bounce at this level down here. Now looking at, let's see, XRP. Yeah, just 4 hour. So this is still kind of, we can kind of take this flag off. My bad. We could take this flag off because that is not the case of what this is. It changed itself. It may be in a sideways trading channel. If we lose this level, then I do think that we're likely coming back to lower levels. Look at this signal. Bam. Called it before the damn news happened. That's a good signal on the BitLab trend, BitLab intelligence. So what we can do here, let's delete all these other lines. Let's delete this. Okay, now let's go from here, option F to the top. Not the top, that's the top. So where are we holding right now? We're holding right on the, is that the 382? Wait a minute. There's too many damn Fibonacci's on this bad boy. There we go. All right. So we lost the 382. We lost the 0.5. This is my target for XRP down here at 64 cents. This is the golden pocket. If we lose this level, then we may be retracing much further down. But this is if we lose this level, I'm looking at 64 cents, which is only 5 cents down. This is a good buying opportunity, in my opinion, because of all the news with XRP and institutions also being aware of it and the integration in banks. If we bounce at this level and come up, we want to make sure we're not getting rejected right here, which is basically this level that it broke down from. If it gets rejected at 73 cents, then it's likely another test and then break down from there. If we break this level and push up above it, come down and find this as support, then I see us finding the top of the range here, up here at 83, 84 cents. Now, near, I saw you guys had in the list. So near, okay, near is looking, let's go ahead and delete some stuff. Okay, this lost a known level right there. Okay, lost it. See what happens? People, the bears are trying, bulls keep buying, and then the bulls say no more, and boom, it drops down. Find support perfectly on this level. If we lose this level, which we kind of have, we're trying to hold on to it. If we lose this level, then I do think we're coming much lower, not that much lower, but this is looking like the top of a market cycle, the M formation, which would mean that this would be down, up, down, up, down, somewhere in this region, likely finding support to complete this market cycle. We have the bottom, push up, top, push down. So this is what you want to see. You see market cycles on the macro and on the micro. Remember, early on in this stream, I was always talking about looking at the macro, midterm, and the micro. So we're looking here on the 4-hour chart. You can have a full market cycle in the matter of a couple days. And so this was the bottom, this was the top. If this continues down, I see it coming back and testing this zone of liquidity right here, likely dipping into this zone here down in the $1.31, $1.30 sort of range, this order block right here. If we lose that level, then I think that we're, potentially even coming down like this, pushing up, coming down to this level, pushing up, working our way down to the $1.24 level, which is also all this previous price section right here, both highs and lows of these price ranges. So that's near. Quant, what's Quant looking like? So this did not play out. It tried. You see this? Tried and failed. So what does this mean? We are at $1 to 102. I don't know why I keep saying dollar with Quant. Double top here on this local range. We also see we have another trend line we can draw from. It's not going to be from there. It's going to be. It's not really a zone. If we can hold this level, could push up. This is looking relatively bearish though, because we can also see the momentum right here. It's curling back down, view ops angled down, stochastics angled down, everything's angled down. This will likely break this level and test into this 99 zone. If we lose that level, then I'm looking at price coming down to this 95 zone, which is its previous low. And if we lose that, then we're coming down further. But this does look like it is trying to work its way up. Let's go ahead and delete this big swoop here. If we lose this level right here, let's see, $1.86. We can actually make this a little lower because of these wicks. Basically $1. If we 101, not $1. If we lose 101, then I do see us testing this. Very strong possibility. It's only $2 down from this point. But this is a very important zone, because if we lose this zone, then we're coming much lower. We're coming down another 5% down to 95. If we lose that, then we're coming all the way down here into the low 90s. But as it stands right now, this does look like it's still trying to do work, but it's starting to get a little questionable here. I'd really like to see this push up and take out 105 so we can test this zone up here. So we're going to keep our eye on this through Wednesday. XLM, and I'll have to do one more after this. You guys let me know in chat. Would you rather do DOT, Render, or Matic? Let me know in chat right now, and I will be doing that one next. Let's do USDT, Binance. Okay, let's strong attempt. See this strong attempt? See this much weaker attempt? Barely got a new high. Look at these perfect calls. Coming back down. Where is this coming back down to? I'm looking at probably coming down into this zone right here. There's a lot of this interaction here. There's a tops here. This would be coming down another, how far would that be? Another 4 or 5% down to 13, basically 13.9. If we lose this level, then I do think we could talk about a larger pullback. If we look at the entirety of this move, we're holding around the 382. If we lose this level, which is right at the 0.5, makes sense to come down to these previous lows. And it'd be kind of similar to XRP, where we're kind of creating a box that we're trading in. So I'd like it to hold the 12.5 area on XLM. Now, what do we see? We see Matic. Everybody in the room right now, we got 158 likes. We got 211 people. Everybody in the room should be hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button. Ding the bell. We got one more coin we're going to be looking at. If we're able to hold this level, I see us pushing back up, basically trading in the box, similar to what we see on XRP. We do see the RSI angle down, stochastics angle down, VWAP angle down, momentum angle down. So I do think this is going to test the zone. If we lose it, we're coming down here. Now, Matic. Where is Matic? Matic. There it is. Look at this, everything angled down. RSI looks like it's trying to round. What do I mean by that? We can see that it's trying to round, but it's not quite doing it yet. Stochastics just got rejected, coming back down. Momentum expanding to the downside. Money flow, negative money flow expanding to the downside. What do I mean by that? See, this is getting thicker. This is more money coming out of Matic. If I were to guess, look at this. We lost this level. Barely lost this level. If we don't hold this zone right here, then I think we're coming down to test this zone down here at 68 cents. This is a likely bounce at 68 cents because this is a pretty large trend line. See this right here? See this trend line here? We're basically falling back into the falling wedge. Now, if we look at this trend line right here, we're kind of holding on this level. There's some confluence here. So although this looks quite bearish, there's a strong chance the bulls defend this area because of this large trend line, and we're retesting the zone. If we fall back into this zone, then it looks like we're doing it right now. If we fall back into the zone and close some candles inside the zone, then I'm looking at coming down to 68 cents. And if we lose that level, then we're coming back all the way down here to 65. If we bounce here, then I'm looking at a retest, basically a test to the upside. It's trying to round. You see this on the 1 hour? It's trying to, but this price action is really trying to push this down. If this does find some support here and this fails, let's go down to the 30-minute. We got the diamond, but this is expanding to the downside. If we lose this level at 71 cents, then this is probably going to make a pretty quick move down. But this is looking like the bulls are trying to fight this zone because we have confluence here. If we do bounce up, I'm looking at a potential struggle at 73 cents. If we're able to take 73 cents, it's not only eating up the entire EMA ribbon and the dynamic resistance zone and this trend signal line and this order block. We can see that red order block right here. If we're able to take this level, I do think we're going to be testing up here back up to the 74, 75 cent range. Mid 74s. But that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. I got to run. I love each and every single one of you. If you haven't yet, head over to the BitLab Academy website. Get involved with the website. Join us here. Get involved in the Discord. I want everybody that is a member, get more involved in the Discord. I'm going to be chatting in there, especially while I'm in Vermont. I'm still going to be doing my morning streams. But you can, if you come here and you sign up for the BitLab All Access right here, use Give Me 30 for 30% off. We break down candles. We break down charts. We break down on-chain. We break down psychology of trading. We break down, every indicators. We break down everything that you can want. This is all the free stuff right here, but then we have all this stuff and all these. On-chain has 20 lessons alone. Trading fundamentals has, I think, 18 or 20 lessons, and we're building this all out. Candle patterns, trading strategies. Get involved in the Discord if you're a member there. Make sure you're following us over here on @Academy BitLab for BitLab Academy's page. Hit that retweet, hit that like. Got 172 likes, 200 people in the house. Big love to everybody. Comment right now. Where do you think we're going between now and tomorrow? Everybody in the chat, drop a comment. Where do you think is price up or down from the current price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano and XRP? Is price going to be up or down tomorrow when we're doing the stream from today's price? Let me know in chat and drop it down below in the comments if you're watching anywhere else. And if you haven't yet, make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy YouTube page, get involved. And that's with that, I believe that is all I have for today. So let me go ahead here, do the little redirect thing, and I will be seeing you guys. I'm going to be on a plane here in just a moment. So with that, that's all I got. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in to BitLabAcademy.com. Hit that like button, sucker.